After I wash it off, I'll clip it around me and do a bit of a twirl in my wizard robe and wizard hat, and now yellow cloak.
And now you can't take it off.
I mean, feels comfortable, feels fabulous.
Ah.
Fabulous.
I sort of grip it in one hand and give it a flick like a sort of a duelist, and then kind of playing the part with a mop in my other hand, and because I might as well, and I'm in a room where I can't hurt anybody and no one else is looking, I'll activate blindly with UMD.
Perfect success.
Oh,
You don't know what it does, but clearly its magic's running.
yes, perfect.
As I imagine, hood up, cloak on, you're going to walk up the stairs.
As long as I didn't find anything else interesting down there after just doing a cursory glance over.
Not with just a cursory glance. No, you didn't see anything else.
All
Nothing
right.
stood out.
I would have shuffled the bodies around, made sure there's no other bodies underneath them, but no wizard, found a cloak, cool. All right, I'll go back up. Do I have to go up the chute again, or is there a staircase down?
There is
Up.
no staircase up.
Okay, this will be complicated then.
I mean, you could take the long route, just go out the cave towards the bay and circle
No.
round.
I'm not good at flying. This will be easier.
Well, what all the others will witness eventually coming up the stairwell then. In a bright yellow cloak. You bear witness to I mean, you're not sure who they are. They're a small humanoid figure in a bright yellow cloak that's come up. You don't recognize them.
Does it smell like Cadme?
Yes.
But it doesn't look like her.
Doesn't look like Cadme, doesn't have the same mannerisms as Cadme. Or the same posture.
Kara just sort of looks at her curiously. I was like, Cadme?
Hi.
What did you do?
Does not sound like Cadme either.
Male gnome thing, right?
Do you want to?
Sure. Yes. I was down in the basement looking for a little bit of the reason why a frog creature died down there. It was a rather tenuous experience. A lot of sludge, about 7 cultists. Frog thing died and choked on a cultist. However, other than that, everything got sort of situated.
As Cadme is speaking, Karis just sort of slowly lifts up the mirror and points it towards Cadme.
Cadme sees Cadme.
That's a nice mirror.
Karis looks in the mirror while it's pointed at Cadme.
Doesn't look like Cadme.
Did you find anything weird down there? Did anything weird happen to you?
I found a fabulous yellow cloak that I think matches this hat very, very keenly.
Could you take it off, please? Just for a moment.
Absolutely.
As soon as he lowers the hood, it looks like Cadme again.
Right. It's a cloak of disguise. Right, okay. Phew.
I
was really close to just sort of bludgeoning you then.
It makes you look and sound like a gnome.
Oh, that's interesting. Kedby says as she's flipping up the hood again.
Is this
Oh,
what it
right.
feels
You wanted
like
me to take it off. I think it'll be fine if I take it off. Kedby says her voice changes as she flips down the hood and takes off the clasp and hands it over.
Is this what it feels like when I do it to you guys?
Yeah.
No.
Other than the fact that you sound about the same.
Also, no offense, but we know like 4 catfolk.
That is also true. At this point, I assume that if a random catfolk wanders into our base, it's just you.
That's a bad thing to
Extremely
assume.
dangerous thinking. I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. If they're generally about Kelris-like size and everything. I would assume that at that point, you or someone else would have noticed them first.
Size is a very
or
bad
Aspen.
indicator as well. I'm quite good at hiding my size. Like, legitimately, Kelris has disguised herself as the small-sized catfolk before and gotten away with it.
Kedby hands a cloak over to Kelris.
Thank you.
Well, I think it's a interesting thing. I don't actually really know what it does, but
it's cool.
That's a really big mirror. Kedby says, leaning over, looking at it.
What kind of bonus on disguise is that? As in, will it stack with my other stuff?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Technically, as long as you're not trying to, as long as you make sure to avoid showing your face, so have the cloak up.
Oh dear. So yeah, I could get like a plus 30 bonus on whatever my disguise naturally is.
To appear as a generic catfolk.
Yeah, could get a plus 45 on my disguise.
Nice.
There you go.
As you'd be the cat folk in the yellow cloak.
Yeah. Though I'm sure I can, like, dye it if I temporarily dye it if I really need to, just cover it in something.
So
Yeah.
did you
Plus,
guys
it would be
find
weird for the cloak to like.
did you guys find anything up here?
We found on the roof there's some symbol on the ground which
Oh yeah, big glowy red circle.
yeah, that's the one, yeah. That seems to be what's powering the anti-demon wards and the whole anti-magic thing of the tower.
That makes sense.
Yes, the magic circle protects against the demons that we apparently should not name, and also it's holding up the massive masked Dwemer.
Interesting.
Cool.
It doesn't seem to have much power left though. I don't know how much longer it will last naturally.
Well, if we want to make sure that this person has a nice home to come back to, maybe we should make sure to keep running.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know if they're still alive.
Well, then we can probably try and find them.
That's the thing. Was obviously another closet up here. Inside, I found a ring of sanctuary in its box still, and then there was a box labeled Scroll of Plane Shift, but the scroll was not there.
Do you know if it was used?
Oh.
I don't know if it was used, but it seems this guy was also doing a lot of research on scrying into the abyssal plane.
Hmm.
Cadme, I think I remember hearing you say something like telling Hazel to do a thing on a door up here. There.
A door thing? Yeah. That's why the deadbolt is broken.
Hmm.
So maybe he got up there and used the scroll. And they couldn't get in because the door was too tough.
No, because the deadbolt was locked from in here,
Or-
I assume.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Otherwise, you could have just unlocked it from the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both
Cadme,
doors were
which
locked
way
from the
was it?
inside.
So unless the raiders decided to lock up on their way out, he
Well,
wouldn't
there's
have
no signs of
unlocked it
combat on
after
the
going
roof, so
True. Then maybe
Nice.
he killed them all. There was no sign that anyone. The doors were all locked on the inside, weren't they? There was no way out, right?
correct.
So he obviously won the fight and plane shifted away.
Alternatively, he was
one-
forced to plane shift and flee, and then the gloved hands locked the doors as
Well,
part of
Also
their
possible.
cleaning.
either way, it seems quite likely that he managed to flee. None of us have found his body.
Well, you know what we could do?
Mhm.
Just if flops out the Tome of Azure on.
I was actually going to ask if you thought there would be a way that you and I could possibly send some kind of signal to him. How we would get it to him from another plane of existence, I have no idea.
Yeah, the one thing I can do only works on people who are currently on the plane that we are on.
Are you thinking of the rewind time thingy, Essie?
Yeah. Unless people think we're gonna desperately need it at some point in the week.
What's that?
Before we try
Oh,
that,
okay.
Amon, did you find anything in the safe?
No, nothing. It's completely empty.
Are you certain? Because it doesn't
She-
sound like there
she
was
give-
nothing.
He gives him a quite not believing look.
I mean, completely ignore the sack over my shoulder.
That feels like a fair assessment. Let's just move on then.
Okay.
What's in the
What's
sack?
the stuff?
Amon, would you please?
Look, the guy's not dead.
I mean,
Probably not dead.
I mean,
So
the
we
point is I
can't just
brought it
steal
here
his
to show
stuff.
all of you. He puts the bag down and kind of opens it up.
Oh, good.
The first thing is a collection of is basically a small. Imagine like a small little toolkit where you like keep like drill bits in. It's just they have drill bits. It's a collection of planar rods.
Oh.
The one missing.
Let's see. So we've got Hell, Abaddon, the Abyss, got Axis, got the Boneyard.
I like the
We've
decoration
got
on that one.
we've got the I can't remember what the Land of Chaos is called. That one.
A maelstrom?
Yes. Got the elemental plane of fire, the elemental plane of water, the elemental plane of earth, and a gap.
Huh, elemental plane of air.
I think you might have taken the rod and gone there.
That makes sense, man.
I'm not entirely surprised.
I
For a
don't.
mage of his power, the elemental plane of air is certainly one of the
Good
safe.
place to go. Yeah. It's a big old empty place of nothing, so good luck actually finding anything there.
Well, except for the wandering lightning storms and
And the Wandering Islands, yeah, but again, there's
Well, I
basically
was-
nothing else.
well, I
Oh.
was going to say the massive gouts of wind that you literally cannot see coming.
Oh, right, those things. Yeah.
Well, there's not only that, but she holds up the religious book. Like, he was clearly studying Kain's teaching, if nothing else, and one of her strongest domains is the air.
I see.
Hey, even better.
Oh, there was also this in there, which he holds out, which is a gold holy symbol for Kain.
Yeah.
Hey, more proof.
She's literally called the Spirit Queen of the Wind. I'm not surprised he fled to the airplane for if he was seeking protection or help.
I think he was actually seeking not only protection and help, but maybe to help Kain. Isn't Kain located on the far shore of air?
Maya shrugs.
Maybe.
That's never the most clear. Kain is not a god who sits still.
Yes, the problem is she's very much one for freedom and travel. She moves a lot.
Yeah, supposedly her palace is on the plane of air, but where? No one has any idea.
Yeah, her home might be there. Doesn't mean she is.
Yeah, she seems to be a bit of a busybody like us. So, and the small problem too. I have a theory about how to get to the plane of air, but it's not a good one.
Uh-huh.
Well, ideally, we would want to go to the place of most airy significance. And the only place I know of that is the top of the mountain where the protector dragon spirit lives. Or hangs.
No.
The last thing anyone has found in the safe, by the way, is a very strange device.
What is it?
So it's this kind of metal and wood rectangle with this like strange glass, like almost like eye on the front of it. And then there's kind of like glass thing on top of it, kind of facing forwards. You have no idea what it is.
Does it have like a lever?
Can I roll knowledge engineering to identify it?
You can.
Aha, my headband knows what that is.
You go over to it. You kind of give a bit of a pull on it, and you notice it actually kind of pulls out slightly, almost like an accordion. A little bit. You do know what this thing is. You've heard rumors of such a device, though you thought people were making them up when they told you about.
It's a camera. It's an old-timey camera.
I post it in the main channel.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, hey,
It's
cool.
an old-timey camera. Neat.
What's it do, though?
So what it is supposed to do is capture an image of you and produce a piece of paper with that image on it.
Like a painting?
Very much like a painting, but not using paint. It's also not magical, surprisingly enough.
But how can you do that without using magic?
It's something to do with light, capturing the light that we can see. Because Maya holds up a rod thing. There's supposed to be some flash powder here to produce light, and it's supposed to capture some of the light that we see through this glass eye here, and then it takes that light and puts it onto a paper using alchemical means or something.
As it turns out, at the bottom of the bag anyone has, there's also a whole bunch of tiny pieces of paper.
Huh.
Adeline, one of them catches your attention.
Oh, okay.
As you look at it, as it's kind of got this grainy, kind of like sepia-coloured photograph.
What's this?
To the others, they don't recognise it at all. You do recognise, however, the figure on the left in that picture.
Uh-huh.
That looks like the island's queen, but when she was in her like 20s.
Oh,
And
and
then
there's a figure to the right?
yes, of seemingly a boisterous young me.
That's the queen!
And it kind of looks like the two of them just hanging out by the port.
But
Or it was the queen.
isn't
Well,
the
no, it's still technically the queen, but
isn't the queen like incredibly old, like dying of old age?
yes, that was like 80 years ago,
Gnomes
if
are
not longer. She's not a gnome.
No, the mage is. I would
Oh,
think.
oh. Is he?
No.
No,
He doesn't need
that's
to be a
not gnome.
half elf.
Oh, he's a half elf. Okay, yeah. Not a gnome. Okay, good. Then we might actually be able to get some help here. However, we're gonna need to make sure the queen actually knows. Which is not gonna be easy considering she's really, really sick right now.
Oh, that's not good.
No! However, I think we should try. And this is good evidence.
Fair?
There's also a wonderful picture of him posing equivalently selfie style around all kinds of monuments.
I like this guy. I also like this box thing. I could really use it when I was traveling.
It's a bit hefty, but you can carry it.
I don't think I can carry it too well, though.
It's expensive as well.
Yeah, let's
You,
stick
you know
it in
how
a safe place.
you know how a spyglass by default is the most expensive item in the default manual?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're talking though that kind of like level monies.
Oh, God.
Does it fit in your quiver?
Don't drop it.
No. No, it does not. My quiver does not hold a little box like this big.
Hmm.
It holds at best a stick. Stick size, that sort of thing. AK, like a bolt or an arrow.
Thought it was like a compartment for like a staff or something.
It does.
Still
But
not
it
gonna
still
hold
doesn't hold a 4-inch by 4-inch by 4-inch box.
Oh, okay.
Well, we know what plane he's on. We have his name. We know what he looks like. We have
Wait,
his
we have his name?
possessions.
We don't have his name.
Didn't we find it in the records for this tower?
Oh,
You would have found the name in the records, yes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it sounds like the next thing to do then is head back to town and see if we can get some help from the Queen.
yeah.
Just as a thought, Cadmy, I'm not sure if it would work or not, but if we're looking to get to the airplane, specifically Kyne's domain, perhaps the temple in town would work as well as the mountaintop. It is dedicated to her after all.
That's kind of what I was going for. It's be another way of getting to the airplane.
I'm just thinking of rather than trekking up a mountain and dealing with a dragon.
Oh, yeah, but
So, we have everything we need to send him a message, except for how to get a message through the planar boundary.
we could. Well, the reason I was going to say talk to the dragon is not because we can go to the airplane, so we can stick our head into the airplane and send the message. Because you can send message on the same plane, right, Azusa?
When on the plane, yes, but I don't know if there's any guarantee that the thing will just let us go there.
Well, that's why we would ask, but
If you are going there, you're going without me.
that's fine.
I mean, given everything that that you know, JMac,
Yeah, huh?
and given the research notes you have here, it's possible you could try to scry through the barrier.
Ritual time?
Yeah, in theory. Like, you have enough material to definitely try a scrying. You've got a photograph, even.
Yeah, and we can certainly message for a scrying if someone has message prepared.
Oh, I do.
The more people, the better, if anything. So there's a
Reese,
percentage for
of
those
course, also
jobs.
has a message.
Okay.
I suppose I can help you with this SE.
This would be a slightly higher level than normal divination to pull off, so you may need secondary casters for
Well, it's a good thing she has more casters.
that. That's fair.
God damn it. All I wanted was a vacation.
I mean,
This is a
Carrots, you're
vacation.
not.
This is fun.
I mean, Carrots, you can just sit back. There's something for you.
No, I can't. I really
I
can't.
mean, let's be honest. You're no good
Oh.
being a secondary caster on a ritual. So
And,
Hey, I'm a caster. I can try.
Cadme.
Yeah?
just so it does not slip your mind, could you please set down everything you have found in the tower that is currently on your person somewhere?
Oh, I see what you're going for. Okay. Academy's gonna go take off the hat and the cloak and other stuff too.
So, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So, what level is scrying for you?
4.
In that case, that will take 4 hours to cast. Because it's 1 hour per spell level.
Mm-hmm.
Rip to clerics.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, it will require 2 secondary casters.
Hi.
Hi. Because I'm an archmage right now.
If it wasn't you, we could just use Shiva, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And other than that, it's probably a good thing to donate magical components worth
Hi,
up to 500 gold.
Hi, I got a big bag of
There's also
Of-
there's also barrels of it in the basement. Well, not basement, lower floor here.
well, that works too.
I mean, if you're talking about the cold iron, isn't that normally like anti-magic?
Yeah, but there's the barrels of other stuff in the downstairs. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and go set that 50 doses of cold iron on
You
a
also-
shelf as well.
you will also need an extra large scrying focus.
The Cadby family
Have
instantly just hisses at you like a cat.
The scrying focus can also be a lake, optionally.
I mean, I might want to do this in the future again, so as Tifa will be taking notes.
Yeah, a lake or large pond, particularly large pond, could also be used, but either giant mirror or lake or large pond.
Well, don't
Turns
we
out
have
we
a
do-
giant meter?
We do have a giant mirror, luckily.
Aha.
Other than that, it will also require some skill checks.
Okay.
Which skill
Because
checks?
welcome to the nature of ritual casting. Now,
As
interesting
I
note. When you have secondary casters, the secondary casters can also make skill checks.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be the primary caster. So. Also, technically, anyone can be the secondary caster, but it's preferable the secondary caster is themselves a spellcaster.
Mhm.
I currently am a spellcaster. I got this.
Because if you're a spellcaster, you get a bonus on your skill check equal to like your cast level divided by 5.
Also,
Okay,
you're
but
always
you
a spellcaster.
Do you
That's true.
have knowledge arcana or spellcraft?
I can roll it, and I can do spellcraft too.
Also, it isn't guaranteed to be one of those 2 things.
It's not
true.
guaranteed. Well, yeah, it could also very well be planes.
Or
But
perception.
Or religion.
I'm specifically asking about those 3 because I know you have restrictions on what knowledge skills you have actual skill points in.
Yes. At the moment, due to me being a archmage, some of those restrictions have been lifted, notably in the knowledge arcana.
Okay. Just because the restriction is lifted doesn't mean you have skill points in them.
No, but it does mean that I still am a +9 to it currently.
Damn, how do you have a +9 in something you're not trained in?
I got a lot of medium.
Have you not? Have you not seen my lucky builds?
Have you not
okay.
seen Cadmy before?
I hate Cadmy's build. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the skills required for this ritual.
Lots of planes, 1 perception, 1 arcana.
Oh, I'll handle the perception.
Before all of this starts, like, you know, we can set up, get the candles lit or whatever, Kelvis would like to flip through the religion book and give a prayer for blessing on this ritual. Yeah, why not? I've got the book, it has actual things in it, let's use that.
Priestess Kelris.
Hells yeah. I mean, we're trying to scry into Kind's plane, it's only right that we ask for her blessing to do so.
That's fair.
Speaking of, I need to tick off heroism because it will run out by then. However, I'm going to use 2 spell slots and one my brilliant spell planner and one my investigative mind that I already had prepared to cast investigative mind for the 4 hours I'll need it. Which I can give a planes. I'm assuming Cadmy is getting perception.
I've got max strengths and arcana.
Yeah, that's all you, man.
Sure.
You each have a roll then. As the ritual will begin.
Let's hand up the question.
Yes.
Is this an occult ritual?
Yes.
So we get
Sweet.
bonuses if we're a castery person.
Yes, if you are casters, you'll get a I think a +2 for you guys.
Yeah, but I'll look up while we're doing this. Characters of a caster level gain a +1, and then this bonus increases by 1 for every 5 caster levels we have. So you get +2.
Yeah. This ritual requires 3 people to cast as you begin. It's going to be a long ritual, though. Kelris and Reese might want to go get lunch. Same with Adeline.
Yeah,
Nope.
Theona can go with them.
Nope, Kilris is staying.
Let's head out.
Fair enough.
Explore around the actual grounds.
Okay.
Speaking of, I'm going to ask if Theona can borrow that ring of sanctuary,
Yeah.
just in case something were to pop up.
Yeah, sure. It's still in the box. Kilris never actually picked that one up.
Nice platinum ring.
Almost be good for a wedding ring.
Kind of styled like one, actually.
Please, I do not need to be thinking about that while I am attempting an arcane ritual.
As you begin to channel. Astuva, actually, quick question. Did you have a scrying prepared today or not?
No, I do not have it as a spell. Unless you technically count Arcane Eye.
I mean, out of curiosity, would you have a spell slot of that level available?
Oh, 4th level, yeah.
That's fine then.
Well, I don't have Scrying as a known spell.
Do you or you don't?
Don't. I lost
Well,
it in the.
well, it turns out you do. It's on the papers right next to you.
Okay, good.
Quick,
I'll
Coro,
explore
eat
that
it.
later.
But yeah, you could just cannibalize that for Coro later. So,
Yeah, Scrying again.
but it turns out, yeah, there's definitely enough notes in this place about how scrying works. So, as well as a sanctuary spell, in case anyone has interest in that.
I've
Yeah.
never looked at the Far Shore before. This will be interesting. No, I have down in the Abyss before. So there's a few places I've seen. Okay, well, this is the first time seeing the airplane.
The ritual begins to hum and move. The chants, the prayers, the energy flows as the mirror begins to be invoked. Your mind's ebbing and flowing, pushing against the planar reaches. First planes check.
31.
Your mind's push against the planar reach. It's like pushing through this kind of thick layer. Your mind breaches out the astral sea. As you start to see the distance, this kind of faint bubble of wind almost form. Yet the spell is delicate and barely holds its shape as it is. Arcana.
Hello?
Arcana.
Hello, Arcana.
Okay. Like, you cut out there, so... Hell yeah.
But the spell keeps its hold as you weave its magic together, as it pushes further in. Slowly you reach through to the astral sea, past it and into the true nexus of elemental power. Another planes check.
Okay. 30.
As your minds reach out into the endless sea of sky, needing to focus yourselves, finding your target in the eternal sea.
37.
It is not an easy task, though as the ritual comes to its conclusion, you think you've succeeded at what you need to, as the image begins to take focus in view. You have succeeded at the scrying through planes. Right. Let's see what you witness.
Also, I don't want to warn everyone. Typically, even if you succeed at a ritual, you do get a little bit of backlash.
We can get to once we're all done here.
Yeah, no, I'm just warning people because might be bad. At least we didn't fail.
Hey.
As what you bear witness to is an exact duplicate of this tower.
Oh.
Except this tower is then sitting on a rock that's barely big enough to kind of support it, floating in an endless sea of nothing. Just air and clouds. And that kind of like a dolphin. Anyway. But the tower's there with a bright guiding beacon above it.
Oh.
But as you kind of move your eyes in, you end up seeing this aging half elf, seemingly fast asleep.
I cast message. Hello?
Roll a d100. 1 moment.
Yeah, because I know there's a fail chance on this.
Mm-hmm. High numbers benefit the players. That is a no. Oh, let's see if anyone else's message can get through.
Can't I just cast it again?
No, once it fails the first time, it fails for that instance of scrying from the same
Yeah.
caster. It's like I think it's augury, where if you augury the exact same question over and over, you get the same result.
Someone else is gonna have to try because witches don't get message.
Well, Reese was trying, I think.
That was Reese's attempt. Hey, wake up! As suddenly the
Wake
half elf
up,
rolls over.
Mr. Freeman.
Please stop it.
Fine, you can get us. You can have us all in this, right?
Yeah, Reese will bounce it and connect it to everyone.
Hey.
Cool.
Hi. Your spirit was worried about you. You alive? Or,
Yeah, Dr. Wallace?
He briefly
Wells.
looks to the left, looks to the right, looks straight up at the scrying sensor.
Hi.
Sorry, yeah, we're in your tower. We're using your scrying stuff.
Wow, what a fortuitous set of events. Quite interesting, actually.
Uh-huh.
One of your spirit friends was really worried about you. You weren't leaving out milks, and well, they contacted me, and well, we're just making sure you're okay.
I am fine, though I am somewhat stuck here at the present time.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Uh-huh.
How can we get you back here?
That may be a long process.
Oh, lovely.
We've
I
got
may
Well,
have
okay.
Well, I may have shifted myself to this plane of existence. I do not currently. It's rather an emergency transport, you understand.
Yeah, we heard the recordings of your door, of you being attacked, and we saw the explosions.
Oh, good, my
Plastic.
grammophone's working.
Oh,
What?
oh,
That was
yeah,
nothing,
and that weird box thing that takes flashy picture thingies works still.
Yes, the pictograph box. I told you what that is.
But
Bengal
embarrassingly,
buttons.
you see, I have my planar rod that attunes me to the plane of air. I did fail to pick up the one for the material plane, however.
Yeah, we kind of have
Ah.
all the rest here.
Yes, we saw the missing rod and found that's how we figured out which plane of existence to go through.
Do you have everything else you'd need, apart from that?
I can conjure food and other issues. That's not a problem.
I more meant everything else needed to teleport back.
For the most part, yes. Mostly
So-
right now, I'm just in the process of having to craft a new planar rod, but that takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds complicated.
Would there be any way for us to get the rod to you? To get the one you
Unless
already
you know,
have?
unless you know how to interdimensionally teleport objects,
Would you
Not
know how to
personally.
Would you know how
and
to
also have your own rod
interdimensionally
to the,
teleport object?
and also have your own rod to the plane of air.
We've got
Oh.
Adeline, she's basically air.
I'm not that tied to the plane of air. I'm just a sylph.
Because I think S2 would certainly know with her great knowledge of planes. Crafting these rods by yourself, minimum time is maybe 90 days.
Well, he's halfway
Like, they're not
there.
expensive; they just take ages.
Yes, he's only halfway through.
Okay, well, it's good that you're safe at least. We were right that you got out after dispatching of the cultists.
They
It was
were
quite the
dispatched,
mess.
right?
It was quite the mess, to be honest.
Oh yeah, we know.
Yes,
Kind of looking at it.
your animated glove servants also seem to be
Making a mess.
they're not working properly.
Oh no, not again.
And your warty thing up on your roof is running out of power.
And that's not a surprise. I've not made any sacrifices recently. Right.
What would I have to do to make sure that it keeps running? Seems kind of important.
Well, if you want to keep it running, there's two options, I suppose. The arcane option to keep it running may require you to go out to my farm and sacrifice a couple of chickens.
Oh, okay.
Assuming that chickens are still there.
Presuming.
And
The
other option?
alternative would be if any of you happen to have brought a lot of holy water and happen to worship Kine. Your pick.
We have holy water.
Kind of
we
have both,
kind.
yes.
Because you could probably just do a nice religious ceremony with that. Well, I did create it with my divine powers originally.
Alright,
am.
Calorus, go get the holy symbol. We'll get you some holy water.
So
You have the holy text. You
I'm
should be able to handle this.
I'm not the most religion, but I'll give it a try.
Well, if you fail, we can fall back to the chickens.
You did seem to be a bit panicked in your book. Is there anything we need to be doing to like get you back here, or make sure things don't, destroy themselves while we're over here?
Well, I'm not particularly able. You're not able to particularly get me back at the moment.
Yeah.
You mentioned in your journal that they were working on a way of like taking control of the weather or something. Is there anything we can do to help with that? How close to that are they?
To be frank, I have no idea. I know they've been studying the royal family intently.
Hmm.
Right. Ooh. Were you here before the queen started getting, uh, poorly?
Her Majesty has been getting. She's been getting ill for several months now, at least.
Okay, so that had already been happening, and you don't think those two are related, right?
Not at all.
Okay, just making sure.
I imagine it's actually been going on much longer. She's just done well to hide it.
Yeah, she's a stubborn old bat, I know.
Oh, but I
Always a
do it
wonderful
to
queen,
be
though.
a bit of a shame to inform you, but the youngest prince has recently had his heart broken. His romantic partner did not seem to enjoy his company as much as he.
Can't be.
Cadme, that is hardly relevant right now.
Yes. As
Oh, you.
much as much as the adorable crushes of Prince Tai is, it's not relevant right now.
Oh, is it not? Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought we were just talking about unfortunate things. It is very sad.
Okay, but good. It's good to know that you're safe, and it's good to know that we can actually talk to you about things like, well, how we might be able to start working on messing with the cultists. Because
Oh,
I think that we think they might be getting a bit antsy.
Yeah.
The
I believe the beginning already passed.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. I guess that's probably right. Either way, friend Cadme here, the uh, bubbly Fey voice that you hear.
Hi. Academy of Elm Dance, Niobean Bridge to the Spirit World. Hi.
Yes, that. She talked to the hermit lady on the island, and we need to sort of go and help around the island for things, which we assume is probably referencing the cult.
What kind of people are you that you go out seeking cults to fight?
We're on vacation.
we're
We are known
tourists.
as the Azure Council.
You ever met?
Adventurers, heroes, etc.
Yeah, you ever met Octavius Longthorn?
Oh goodness, not him again.
Kind of its proteges.
Again?
Him again.
I'm not surprised you met him.
And this is
Wait,
what
hold
we
on,
do
spill
when
the
we're on
goss.
vacation.
I swear, if Octavius comes here, he's getting a taste of my lightning bolt.
He's a bit dead.
No.
Get me. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. He passed about 2 years ago.
No. I see.
We kind of inherited a lot of his, oaths and duties. But so, if you have anything you want to like shoot the lightning at, I guess it would be us. But I wouldn't recommend doing that.
At least wait until we get you out of there.
Right, right.
I mean, I'll be getting myself out in another 59 days.
Well, that's a bit long.
Yeah, good luck.
Do we want to actually make that go faster? You seem to know a lot about the cults around here.
Well, I'm afraid there's not particularly, unless any of you happen to know the plane shift spell,
We could go talk to the big dragon guy.
and also happen to possess a rod to the material plane on you.
Big dragon guy.
Well, you have a rod to the material plane here.
Doesn't
Fair.
really help that we don't have a plane to the material or to a plane of air, however.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing.
moreover, if you tried just teleporting here, it would just end up in a random part of the sea.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Yeah.
It's also noted plane shift is not the most accurate spell. It does
Yeah,
have
there's a
about a
lot.
500-mile error range.
Well,
Actually, you know what? I might be able to get a favor.
Wait, what? Really?
Remember my sister's here?
Oh!
oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, they know how?
Maybe it's an avenue we could potentially pursue.
Okay.
Why do I feel like I'm the only person who wants to go talk to the big dragon guy?
Because the big dragon thing is scary and it's a force of nature and like it's a big spirit thing and that's your thing.
I know.
We deal with
We're
people
getting
better.
we're getting
know-
sidetracked a bit.
You know damn well I do not like dragons.
Not actually a dragon.
Doctor,
Yes.
while we're here and potentially having to deal with the cult in your stead while you're gone, any suggestions? I assume you have logs of our activities and probably know them better than we do.
Considering we've just turned up on the island, yeah, he probably knows them better than we.
If we're, ceremoniously being told, oh, this is your problem now, and we have to deal with them, is there anywhere you suggest taking them to make it hurt?
Well, I'd firstly much rather random strangers weren't being forced to do this, but if that's on
Well,
the table.
apparently Hermit Lady has decided she's the authority for everything now.
And you're
Of
hardly
course she has.
forcing us. This is basically what I do when I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
And
As I said,
unfortunately, I am duty bound and oath sworn to fight worshippers of demons.
Well,
Also,
if
this
you're,
is kind
well,
of
if
my
you're going to
mom.
be here on holiday, I at least recommend checking out this. I at least recommend checking out some of our hot springs.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, we have.
I've got an itinerary for them. I remember more than enough about this place. I grew up here long enough.
Wait a minute.
Wait, do you know me?
Stares for a moment.
Maybe? Willow Peak? Adeline? Hi. Did I ever
I
meet
remember-
you?
I met your mother.
That's likely, yes. Especially if you ever come to the village.
Secretly, he's your daddy.
Don't think that's true.
It would be really cool if it was.
Not time for family
Would it-
reunion right now.
You're not my uncle, are you?
As said, not the time right now.
Okay.
Totally the time. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
God, me know.
Huh.
I've never been to a family reunion before. You know, not being
Cadme, calm down.
But it's just like
Calm
okay.
down. That can
Right.
wait until he's on this side of the planar boundary.
Yeah.
Technically, you met Kyros's family.
Oh, not technically.
And some of mine.
It's fine.
It wasn't really a reunion. It was more of a visit. Reunions tend to have a lot more people.
Okay.
You mean
well,
her entire warband wasn't a lot of people?
You all are terrible at staying on track of things.
Oh, right. Saving
I
person.
started it.
Hi.
So yeah, info about the cult and anything that you might know that you didn't have written down. Because I'm certain you've probably been doing a bit more of your own scrying in your little seclusion area, haven't you? It'd be weird
Well,
if you didn't.
there are limits. I do not particularly have a 20-foot mirror over here, but
Fair.
Yeah, it's quite a good mirror.
Yeah.
I had to custom order it. Those dwarves can produce anything you give them, though.
Agreed.
Yes,
Could-
when you are on this side of the plane, we might have to ask for who you got this from. But still, back on topic.
I'm just trying to think for you. Right. So I know somebody in town has been feeding information to the court about what's going on there. I've not figured out who. It can't be any of the sailors, though.
Good. Well,
There was a little bit of a smuggling operation running by one of the sailors, but probably unrelated, you think?
Very likely. They're not here
Yeah.
enough to be able to do this.
in
And as
that-
said, I know they've been. I know some of them have been staking out the palace grounds. Though of course, never in a way that's obvious enough to spot them.
What kind of information have they been taking? Maybe that will give us an idea as to.
I honestly have no clue. I don't know what they're looking for.
Adelino, I'd love to see and just whisper in her ear, not over the message. Do you think they might be looking for your sister and what she's got?
Sifa puts a finger to her lips to Adeline, but doesn't say anything.
Other than that, though, they would be trying to gather at some kind of old ritual ground, worship point, something of that type.
Right, those places.
Which there aren't that many of them that are still in good shape.
Can you narrow it down? I probably know the general areas.
Please do not be that bloody mountain.
Well, there's one at Horn's Bluff that, if I remember, still has a statue on it that's particularly grotesque.
surprised that wasn't torn down, but I remember that thing.
Particularly terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, we avoided it.
Would it
And
be
it-
illegal to destroy it?
and I'm not the lawyer here.
Well,
That
you're a native. I
shrugs.
thought you might know.
Typically, we don't tend to destroy any relics. So
Hmm.
there's also on top of well, I'm trying to think what the name of it now is because they've been if you're in the main town and look east, you'll see there's a particularly tall peak.
I'll probably know the old name better anyway. It's been a while since I've been back to the island.
He'll give you one of the older names for it, which you do recognize. There is an old temple up there, or at least parts of an old temple, probably in good enough shape. J-Mac, that sounds familiar.
Ah, shit.
Last spot I can imagine is the Belgan Swamp. It's possible they got something down there. I think the place is still infested with harpies.
Ugh.
No one ever goes there, so no one ever notices. And the harpies are particularly not. Well, they've learned they get their butt kicked whenever they leave, so they've kind of just stopped.
Yeah, it's clever of them.
In fairness, I have warded that entire forest.
Oh, nice.
Good
job.
Is it possible they might be trying to corrupt one of Kind's old sites to use for their rituals?
Possible, I suppose, though I don't know how. The royal family has a particularly strong standing, and the sites elsewhere that are not like the palace or in the town. I don't know if any of them on the island are strong, but would be capable enough of what they want to do. I suppose there's one. There's Temple Kilcreef, which is halfway up the central mountain.
I don't think it's that one. I didn't hear any of the spirits be complaining about their home being, blowed up or busted up.
That would be
So,
my same feeling as well. They would know the spirits during notice if Kind stuff got overwhelmed.
yeah.
So I can probably rule that out.
Oh, actually, it's just crossed my mind, Doctor. I've heard of a witch on the island. Do you think perhaps she's new or something? She might be the one leaking information.
I know someone has come aboard recently. Could be them. I sensed a strong magical aura sneaking about. I had trouble tracking them though.
Something we'll have to watch out for then.
Also, by the way, his class.
Ooh, good combo.
Nice. Strong.
Best thoughts in my mind though. Nowhere in town is they're gonna be able to get away with it.
Alright, well, 3 places is a lot easier to check, especially whenever you've got someone who can actually get you there.
Well, my sword would be particularly suited to slaying harpies, considering the Elysian bronze. So the swamp would be ideal for that.
Mm-hmm. I can lead you out there and we gather up some other people.
I assume harpies are
Reconnaissance.
not very nice.
They're not. They're kind of mean.
They are
They're very territorial.
to put it in ways that you might understand well, they are essentially a type of monstrous bird people who have a great song that relies on twisting the hearts of man. Ironically
sound fun.
enough, despite their great empathy needed to create the song, their sense of empathy is eating particularly emotional creatures, which are generally people.
Yeah, okay.